Wow, look at that. Huh. I think when it comes to turkey hunting, I'd rather learn something and eat my tag than shoot a turkey on the road. Aside from being slightly illegal, you're just not earning it. So, yesterday, when I was out here with my daughter, I think the turkeys were heading in this direction. I'm banking by now the hens have left them. And if they were heading in this direction, then I'm gonna box call this ridge right here. There's a ravine here and here. So if I walk this ridge here, maybe I can reach out to both. That said, I don't see water in this gulch. And I think the turkeys are moving from spot to spot to spot. A spot being feed and water. So I think they're moving from water source to water source to water source until they do a round robin and go back to where they're roosting. So, water. Not seeing it. I swear, sometimes I think you hear a gobble in the distance, and sometimes I think it's the spring in my box call. So, yesterday, my daughter and I were on that knob up there. Over this little ridge right here, over the valley, and then that knob on the very top. They were coming up from the bottom, and then they came this way, this general direction. Which is why I'm here today.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I think I just heard a hen that way. Unless it's another hunter. Wait, he's not moving. I gotta figure out how to work my way in closer.
Many minutes later.
Right as I was getting up, I heard a second gobble. Right over there. He was close, he was coming in. And he came in right as I was getting up. So a sound. As soon as he gobbled, I settled back down and I tried getting a call back out. The soft call. Because I waited there for a little bit and nothing. So either a sound or movement I made spooked him. But he gobbled once. Right over there. I think that was about 20 or 30 minutes ago. I'm thinking I might go ahead and back up, or get up, and move around and try calling from another location. I also switched calls on him. He responded to my pod call, but I couldn't get to it as easily as my box call, so I wanted to pull my box call out. It made a noise, but that could have done it, or the changing calls that he stopped. I didn't think there were two, but there was a second one coming in. I was about to make a play on that one that I heard further out, and then right as I got up and shut off the camera, gobble, there he was. Damn the luck. Of course, maybe it's dogs. I just called the hawk in. For reals, I just did that call and those hawks came right in over my head. Let's move on. Damn it, that one was coming in too. That bird was coming in. He let out one gobble and that was it. Man, we are striking out on this hunt hard. Damn it, he was coming in. I am so freaking pissed. I hate Velcro. Everything's gonna be fucking Velcro these days. I don't like a dry creek. Not the first person up there. I don't think. Dry, dry, dry. All right, well, we're almost back to the road. My mind, I have thoughts bouncing around in my head like a pinball machine. So this is the 4th or 5th time I've been able to get a gobbler in close. And then nothing. Just he gets in close and then poof, disappears like a fart in the wind. So I have to wonder why. Is it my calling? Are they hearing me? Are they seeing me? What is it? I don't know. Now this last time I think it's because he was on his way in. I sat and I was just getting up, like I said, and so I think he might have heard me on that one. That or when I changed calls, that off-put him. Another thought I have is I think I've been calling these same birds for so often now that maybe they're starting to recognize my calls. I mean, I think it's possible. Another thought is, did the rut start, not the rut, the strut, did the strut start early? Those 2 gobblers that I saw this morning, those 2 toms, the coloration on their head and neck did not look like a whole lot of blood was flowing there. Their heads almost looked like the same color as hens, but their beards were like 4 to 6 inches, maybe. I'll say 3 to 4. Somewhere they were. I'm gonna guess those birds are probably 2 or 3 years old. In other words, they didn't seem that hot. In fact, those birds seem a lot cooler than earlier when I was scouting for them. We haven't really had a winter, a lot of hot weather early, so I wonder if the strut started early. The chess match, the strategic game. I'm getting it mostly correct. I'm reading the mountain mostly correct. Everywhere I've gone, I'm finding birds. I'm finding them. I just can't quite get them in. I wish I knew why. Try the other one.
Bang, bang, bang! That's my little fort.
Yeah, we'll finish building it tomorrow. I cut these way too short for what I wanted to do, but I don't want to be cutting too many tree limbs down, so whatever. I dug a hole, Dale.
Yeah.
With
every work, you work, you have a success, and then you have a price. The work was, I had to dig the hole, the trench. The payoff, the prize, is that I did the trench. The cost, my hands are now sore.
They'll heal.
Yeah.
You know that one guy in Canada that follows my channel?
Yeah.
I'm filming this just for him. See? Not instant.
Give you crap for instant coffee.
Oh, but I got the instant right here.
Yeah, but when the wife is around, it's gotta be real coffee.
Yeah. She's finished?
bang.
Ah! You got me. What do you think of your little shelter?
I like it.
What's it look like in there?
I can't even throw dirt clods.
Oh, don't throw any on my camera. Nice one. Good job.
I've got dirt clods.
So, I'm going to take credit for this idea. As good, it may turn out to be a really good idea. It may turn out to be a really bad idea. But I'm calling credit for this idea. And I got such a positive reaction out of Mama. I know we're going to do it. Around lunchtime, for the first time in what, 9 days?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into the nearby town and see if we can find some ice cream.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
Okay.
Wait a minute. My daddy never suggests going into town to get sweets. Who are you? Why you know my daddy? That's not your hat. This is my hat now. This is Daddy's hat, and I'll keep it safe for him.
I must have hit my head when I was sleeping last night.
You must have.
I don't know if I know how to do anything but fattening camp food. Camp food just in general.
I know one thing is for sure and for certain. I will never be in a caloric deficit.
Not with me around.
With you around.
Except for that one time when you were dropping weight like crazy because you were hiking so far every day. I couldn't keep weight on you. Much as I tried.
Yeah, that was 2018. I remember that was the deer hunt in 2018. Up and down the mountain every day. Yeah, the whole concept of a spike camp hadn't quite occurred to me then. So I went way back in there where the deer were, and then went all the way back every day where my family was.
Poor choice. We've learned since then.
I think it was about 6 miles a day. Up the mountain, up the mountain, over the peak, down the other side, and back again.
I bet your legs felt like jelly in the morning.
I had blisters on my blisters. Peas porridge hot. Peas porridge cold. Peas porridge in the pot. 10 days old. What do you think? Dude, that is a magnificent hole. Right there. Now that is
That
far.
could have gone a couple more days even.
Yeah, I think that could have. That now we know how if we were gonna be here a really long time, how deep we need to really dig it.
Yeah.
That took me a little bit, but that was worth
a
it.
10-day hole. And we only stayed 9.
Well, today's the 10th. We arrived on the 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 days.
Okay, and that's how you do it. Not leave your. Woo! Dang! I don't know if I'm going to post this or not. If I do, it'll be at the very end of the video.